first thing I wanted to go over is what is a carbohydrate? So you have three macronutrients in your body. You have protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Carbohydrates can be broken down into simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which is immediate energy for your body. Carbohydrates equals energy. It's the easiest way to remember them. Complex carbohydrates are broken down into glycogen, which is stored in your muscles for later long-term use and energy. You also have fiber, which your body can't really break down, but it is also a type of carbohydrate that you need for healthy digestion. Now we come to the weight loss part of it. Can cutting carbohydrates out of your diet help you lose weight? I'm sure plenty of people out there have seen plenty of research on studies of different types of diets that are out there. South Beach, Atkins, the Zone diet are just some examples that are widely used by most people. I mean, even in other sports. So for example, weight cutting exists in wrestling, in bodybuilding. Weight cutting exists, carb cycling exists. So you can't really argue that it's not used in sports to cut weight, drop weight, lose body fat, what have you. But the key thing about carb cycling or cutting carbs in general, it's one term, it's called ketosis. So basically what that is it's basically when you consume less than 20 grams of carbs per day over an extended period of time, it is the physiological response from your body to trigger your body pulling energy from fat versus carbohydrates because you're not supplying it with carbohydrates. So that is the key term and the key concept that people try to chase when you talk about carb cycling, whether it be in bodybuilding or sports, bodybuilding especially, but even in weight loss. Now for the main worry. What are the side effects of carb cycling? No matter if you're using it for weight loss or for bodybuilding, wrestling, any type of sport, or just for your personal use. Mayo Clinic has reported a bunch of short-term side effects, which anybody that has tried carb cycling will easily be able to relate, such as you've got headaches, dizziness, nausea, memory loss, cognitive function kind of impaired, drowsiness, slow response time. And like I said, anybody that's tried it can easily relate to that, especially in bodybuilding. Mayo Clinic has also reported there's been no long-term study done on, say, somebody carb cycling for 2 years, 3 years, etc., or even cutting carbs out completely to really support evidence of long-term lasting effects on a human being. So they're still researching that to date. So short-term side effects, I would assume most people have experienced. Long-term side effects, you would obviously still have short-term incorporated in there, but we have no evidence to support any permanently damaging side effects from long-term use of this. How many carbohydrates should you be eating? The dietary guidelines for Americans recommends that you eat 45 to 65% of your diet in carbohydrates. So if the average American eats 2,000 calories a day, this is between 900 and 1,300 calories a day just from carbs. This is widely debated among a lot of fitness professionals and different mentalities when it comes to dieting, fitness, training, weight loss, what have you. So if you're curious about what number would work best for you, I would consult either your physician, you can consult a personal trainer just to get a good number. You could consult a nutritionist. I would just do that so you can kind of see what pathway you want to go on if you're curious about carb cycling or let alone dieting to help with weight loss or even another sport. Last part of the video are healthy options for you when talking about carbs. So this video ideally is targeting people that are curious about carb cycling for weight loss. So for example, the main issue that I've seen in my 6+ years of training, as well as I've talked to many other professionals about it, is you either have two extremes. You either have Americans that don't eat enough, or you have Americans that eat too much. So the common misconception is people think if I eat, I'll gain weight. Or you have the people that eat way too much and don't burn enough calories or exercise at all. The common misconception with this is you can still eat, and you can eat a lot of food. If you look at, bodybuilding or any athlete, powerlifters, what have you, we eat a lot of food. So you can eat a lot of food as long as it's clean. And if it's clean, it allows you to eat what you want really, but as long as it's relatively healthy, you can kind of fit it into your calories if you add that up every day. And it still allows you to eat a sufficient amount of food, but it's not bad calories. It's not bad food to where, you're forcing your body and yourself to kind of combat the food you're eating, whether it be for weight loss or body fat loss, what have you. So I would just, like I said, consult somebody. If you have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to ask me. You can ask any fitness professional, doctor, nutritionist, what have you. and just kind of get a good guideline, because I'm getting a lot of questions from people that have an idea, but they need kind of a good direction on where to go for them specifically in their fitness journey. So like I said, it doesn't have to be me, it can be anybody. Ask by all means, that's why we have these jobs, and feel free to use the professionals that you have and resources you have, because they're out there and available. There's hundreds and hundreds of websites you can go to. There's hundreds and thousands of trainers you can ask. So by all means, use these resources. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me or come by the shop anytime.